Born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. I am born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. I am born of water, cleansing, powerful, healing, changing. We are. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I gotta get my comments up here. There we go. Hi, good morning. This is Sunday Morning Tea and Tarot. I'm Valerie Friend. You can find me at valeriefriend.com or on Facebook and YouTube and sometimes Instagram. I have a new camera. So I got a new magic rectangle that takes better pictures. So maybe you'll see me more on Instagram as I play with this little new toy. Good morning, Arlene. Good morning, Erica. Oh, Erica's watching on YouTube today. Woohoo! Good morning, Andrea. Honey, my Facebook stuff is just saying Facebook user. Oh, there's Jacob. Okay, maybe some people just like to be incognito. Hi, Arlene Olson. Welcome. Are you new? Good morning. Good morning.
Karen Kingsley, Ramona.
Okay, I'm not seeing those folks yet, but Karen. Hi, Karen. Hi, Ramona. Hi. How are y'all doing?
Ann Trickington. Did you get Ann?
Ann's here. Good morning, Ann. All right, I think I'm getting all set up here. As people hop on, don't be mad if I don't say hey. I'll get back to you later. Hey, Kathy Bushnell. Hello, Arlene Olson is new. You want to put her on the list for a card pull?
Sure.
Hi, and Mary Jane's here. Hi.
Hey, MJ.
I'm here with the girls, Mary Jane. And already there's been sassiness afoot.
There is.
Not so much from Amy, but from Natalie. Who would have thought? Or I mean, not so much from Natalie, but from Amy. Sorry, got that switched. Hi, Tina Lindley. Hi, Julie. Good morning. Hey, I just want to say, guys, if we have any of those bots on Facebook, just ignore them. I'll take care of them afterwards. But they're annoying. But if it bothers you so much, you can go over to YouTube because we're live on YouTube. Simultaneous broadcasting. Hey, Ricky Jean. Hi.
Hey, Jean.
Karen. Good morning. Okay. So this week, the moon is waning into a gorgeous new moon in Aquarius on Thursday. So I want to remind you that Aquarius is like stacked to the brim with planets right now. So you should check your own astrology. But in general, we're carrying the energy of our in-bulk reboot into the intention setting process of the new moon. Hi, Monica. Hi, Cherie. Sorry, I'm a little... There we go. That's better. So Aquarius brings us into this open-minded expansion if we are brave enough to allow it. We can use this energy to help make us better citizens of the world. Well, how nice would that be, right? Get creative, usher in your own love revolution. I got, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I got out my rose quartz this morning to activate the heart and sacred heart chakras for us. Hey, Tina. Hey, Andrea. Good morning. So, love on the earth. Maybe you could do this by researching pollinator plants that you could put in this spring to attract the pollinators. And nurture the energy of pollination, which is very much in line with the spring season. Maybe you could research a great CSA, community supported agriculture project nearby and offer your dollars or your labor towards ethical farming. That would be a good way to use this energy of late winter. I found myself singing, and I posted Keith Urban's version of this song. It's an old Steve Winwood song, and I've never really liked Steve Winwood, only for the reason that he sings that song Valerie. And so every dude in the 80s that was trying to pick me up would be like singing the Steve Winwood song, and it sort of left a bad taste in my mouth for Steve Winwood. But this song is Bring Me a Higher Love. Okay? So as we go into prayer, as we get ready for the message this morning, I want to just read you a verse from this song. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk blind and we try to see, falling behind in what could be. Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love, oh, where that higher love I keep thinking of, So, think about a higher love. What would a higher love look like for you? There's also a really good Whitney Houston version of this song. It was just a little too much 80s gym sexiness for me for the video. You remember the 80s videos, some of you. So let's pull our collective energy towards that higher love today. That deep connection with the divine that shines through whether we can see it or not. Maybe you want to activate your third eye chakra and call in what you need to see, what you need to hear, what you are called to do in the name of a higher love. All right? So a nice deep breath into that sacred heart space. Connect your energy with everyone who's here live and all that'll watch in replay, because this is your time. This is your message of higher love. As we open the channel of divine love and light to bring forth this message for Sunday morning tea and tarot, I ask that our guides, angels, light beings, and ancestors show up, surround us with love and protection, surround us with a higher love, and bring forth messages that are clear, concise, and actionable, delivered for the highest good for all. And we ask this in perfect love and perfect trust. And so it is. And so it is, and so it is. Who jumped on during prayer? Always like to laugh. Constance is here. Hi, Tina. Oh, Tina says, ha, 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 my Valerie experiences. Yeah, I'm much more like Amy Winehouse's Valerie. Hey, Alexandra, good morning, good morning, good morning. Some of you, it just says Facebook users, so I'm going to count on Amy to keep me up to date if she can. Hey, Rachel. It's an age of Aquarius, not the age. Actually, true. Very true. But we'll take what we can get right now. We use a little, we could use a little of that. Hey, morning. Hi, Samaj. Oh, Samaj says, I always show up during prayer. There you go. All right, my friends, I pulled this morning from the Wildwood Tarot by Mark Ryan, John Matthews, and Will Worthington is the illustrator. I cleansed this deck under the full moon, and it just has been recalibrated and upgraded. I'm so happy that I did that. So we're going to begin today. We're going to begin the swirl. Now, the swirl is just the general energy that's around all of us. You might feel some parts of it more personally, but it's generally just out there, swirling around. That's why we call it the swirl. Hey, Tamara. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Chloe. So starting off in the swirl this week, we have the Knight of Arrows reversed. And Ryan and Matthews use the hawk as a symbol for the Knight of Arrows or swords. And I'm finding us being asked, where is short-sightedness and grudge holding active in your world? The Knight of Swords reverse can be a big blowhard with an axe to grind, okay? Not really a guy you want to hang out when you're looking for your higher love, right? And it's followed closely by the Nine of Bows, Nine of Wands in reverse. Ryan and Matthews name this respect. And you can certainly feel like you're in the presence of contempt and disrespect this week. Dropping your guard during a time of turbulence can be risky, but it's exactly the kind of higher love energy that we need. Getting all worked up, we're going to put these two together. Getting all worked up about the poor behavior of others is the energetic pull that you need or want or might want to consider resisting, because you'll be more likely to get pulled into the bullshit rather than defend an actual principle that you hold dear. You know, I mean, I see these two cards together as two kids on the playground going, nuh-uh, uh-huh, nuh-uh, you know? It's a very immature energy. And it takes effort for us to stay in the higher love of the moment. The final card in the swirl this week is the World card reversed. And this suggests that we have some unfinished business that needs tending to. The World tree sits on the Wheel of the Year at Beltane, from Beltane to Lammas. So that late spring to late summer kind of section of the Wheel of the Year. And I found myself being asked to ask you, what do you need to clean up, finish up, bring to a closure before summer comes? This new age, and I'm not talking about the age of Aquarius, I'm talking about the post-COVID, post-insurrection, post-contention, politically, post-apocalyptic in some way. Some of us have felt this as a real earthquake this whole last year. So
Last year and a half.
4 years, however long you've been stuck in the labyrinth without an airlift out. That's the section of time that we're talking about. The world has turned on its head, and it's really asking us to slow down, calm down, and not take things too personally this week, okay? During the next few days, we will have a balsamic moon, that little sliver of light that diminishes into a new moon, that is our call to quite literally give it a rest. Okay? Whatever you've been harping on, whatever you've been trying to protect, whatever you've been trying to be mad about, slice and dice people, give it a rest. Give it a rest just for this week. Just for this week, right? You don't have to do it forever. Let's just try it out this week and see how it goes. Shoneen says, definitely my attitude, nasty, snarky commentary and stinking thinking. That's exactly what it is. Thank you, Shoneen, for giving us those words.
Right from the rooms.
What?
Right from the rooms.
Yeah. Right from my my tribe comes the great wisdom. So instead of looking for flight, you know, because sometimes the Knight of Swords just means I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Slam the door. Give people the middle finger while I'm getting into my car. You know, instead of looking for a fight, let's look for the light. Let's look for the light. We just passed Imbolc, that cross quarter. We're halfway from winter solstice to spring equinox or Ostara. And it carries this energy of renewed hope, but it also situates us in what the ancients knew as the hungry times, okay? This is where you had to keep a close inventory on your stored food supplies to make sure you got through the winter. This is where the hunters had to go out and see if they could get a rabbit or a deer to get you through until it's spring and we have new growth. So what feels like you're at risk of running out of before the refreshment of spring? What do you fear losing or not having enough of? It could be food. It could be money. It could be companionship. It could be a multitude of things.
But roll in the hay.
What?
I could roll in the hay.
Yeah. Okay. You're running low on Natalie's running low on sexual energy, I guess. I don't know. But I want to encourage you to try to make the most of what you already have this week. Like, see if you can go all week without going to the store. Look in your cupboards and see what you can creatively put together to make a yummy meal. It might be a weird meal, but it could be very delicious. Try to not buy new supplies. Like, I was looking in my cupboard this morning saying, I need new candles right now. Spell candles, colored ones. But I don't have any right now. I've run out. I've used all my spell candles. And then, I remembered that my friend sent me these beautiful sea salt candles a couple of weeks ago. And I've had them out. And I was like, hey, I'm just going to use this candle. It's beautiful. Born of water, sea salt candle. I love it. So see what you can do to make magic without buying anything, without participating in the corporatocracy of witchcraft, without the commodification of your gifts and powers. All right? Look for the higher love. And ask the higher love to show you what you need. Samaj says, clean the cupboards to find your own magic and what you can create. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like to think about this like, how many biscuits could I make each day out of the flour that's already in my cupboard, you know? Um, I'm actually gonna paint some trim in the house because I know that once the weather starts getting warmer, I am not going to want to stay in the house. So I'm going to clean up that project. I'm going to clean up and make the most. And I already have trim paint, so I don't have to buy any. Amy did buy me new paintbrushes, which was very nice because my old ones were looking poorly. But finish things up. Don't worry so much about other people's shenanigans this week. Keep your eye on what's really important for you to get done. What healing needs to happen? What apologies need to be made? What forgiveness do you need to offer yourself or others? What projects are just hanging out there? Do you have old magic in your cupboard that you did and it served its purpose and you haven't really taken it apart and taken, like deconstructed it so it can be reused in some way, or even burying it in the earth or burning it in a fire, or however you take care of your magic. But finish things up because spring is going to be here before you know it. Let's look at the path. This is really how we're going to walk through things, because it seems like a tall order right now for me to go into a higher love. I certainly can't do it by watching as much news as I have been watching, because that brings me into a higher fuck you. And that is not love. That is not loving. So, but one of the things about Aquarius energy, and like I said, there's tons of planets in Aquarius right now, is that this week we can go through our week with as much grace and humanitarianism as we can muster, okay? So the path starts with the hooded one reverse. This is the Hermit in traditional tarot. Ryan and Matthews call it the hooded man. I go with one because crones are, don't need to be attached to a gender. So this makes sense, right? The crone reversed, the hermit reversed. It imparts the last bits of wisdom to the new generation. We feel this energy as the energy of the maiden or the energy of spring. So there's this period right now of passing the baton, passing those last morsels of wisdom to the new so that it can be carried forward. So what have you learned this hermiting season? The hermit reverse can be about wisdom that is disregarded. Did you have a little experience of maybe disregarding some wise advice and then you had to pay the price for it? That's a good lesson to remember. What have you discovered about yourself this winter that you don't want to lose track of as we move forward? Because, we have all these wise revelations, and then it's like spring and I'm just gonna forget about that and lean into this. So you got to remember the lessons. How can you use them? If your lessons were magical ingredients, how would you put them together in a spell? How can you use this end of winter season to solidify your lessons and maybe make it so you don't forget? So I don't want us to get down on ourselves with this process. So you made some mistakes. You didn't listen to the wisdom. It doesn't have to be a self-harming slugfest, really. The Knight of Swords reversed may have you fighting when you could be soaking up the finer points of wisdom. The the Knight of Swords might be saying, well, I don't have this, and I don't have this, and I want this, and, you know, what am I afraid I'm going to lose, or what am I afraid I'm not going to get? So listen. Have a last listen to the lessons of winter and really kind of incorporate them into your spring planting list or the intentions that you'll set on the new moon, okay? So first step in the path. The Hermit is followed by the Seven of Cups, which in Ryan and Matthew's deck is called mourning. It has kind of a different flavor than the traditional Seven of Cups, which can be about confusion and not knowing which way to go or what choices. So I wanted to read you a passage from the companion book specifically about this Seven of Vessels as the mourning card. This is a time to honor what is dead and mourn for what has gone. Learn the lesson of letting go by offering thanks for cherished memories and being at peace with the past. Now, does that sound like a slugfest to you? It's not. It's not. This is no time for short-sightedness. It really isn't. Because of the traditional meaning of this, I was also very drawn to the concept of doing your research and vetting your sources carefully. You know, things that help you sort out the wounds of the past, good. Things that get you all worked up and mad about things, not so good. Not so good. Vet your information carefully. I cannot say that enough. And that goes for me for all the times, you know, like there's so many sources of fear out there that we really have to sort through what we are putting in front of our eyes or in our ears or saying out loud and speaking energy to. When I was hearing the message this morning, I guess I was getting a lot of messages through old songs this morning, but I was hearing Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi. You know, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot with a big hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. You know, and then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, where are all the trees? Well, they put them in their tree museum and now they're going to charge you $1.50 just to see them. You know, so instead of focusing on immediate gratification, release what needs to go and have a deeper respect for what you have. Don't pave over your paradise, my sweethearts. Don't pave over your paradise. So last in the path, is the Guardian. So this is the Devil card from traditional tarot. And this also carries a very different meaning in the Wildwood Tarot, one that I resonate with quite strongly, I have to say. The Guardian throws in a pretty big helping of irrational fears, anxiety, depleting patterns, like the things you do that suck your energy away from you, how you are enticed into things that you swore to God you were going to change. I like to call the devil the guardian of grace, okay? So no matter what you did or didn't do, grace is there to catch you, okay? Regardless of maybe some poor choices that you made, you're forgiven and granted access into the deeper wisdom of what those choices have taught you, okay? I often see this card as the Bogart from Harry Potter, where the chest opens and there is the scariest thing ever for you. You know, whatever that is, what is the scariest thing? What is your Bogart? What shape does it take? For me, it's kind of like feeling like I'm out of control. You know, if I feel like I'm out of control, you know, other people are going to have to pay for it because I'm going to be snarky. So I'm going to forgive myself. I'm going to give myself a big helping of grace. And I'm going to walk bravely. Because what did they do in Harry Potter when the Bogarts showed up? They said, ridiculous, right? And then it just disappeared. That was the magic word. So some of our fears right now are founded, but a lot of them are ridiculous. I have a lot of ridiculous fears right now. You know, I don't like touching the gas station handles. I feel like I should always have some gloves because I don't know why. I touch a lot of other things out in the world, but it's those gas station handles that just, it's like, I don't know why I feel like there's super potent germs. I guess something would have to be pretty hardy to live on the gas nozzle because it's, ugh. So anyway, take a look at what fears are popping up for you and stare them down. You know, what you can't see, use your third eye chakra, stare down your fears a little bit. Illumination. This is the best part of the reading because it is the forest lovers. Instead of lamenting, we're going to look for the connections that feel generative right now. But the short version of the forest lovers, make better choices. Okay? We got to make better choices. We got to make better choices about who we hang out with, what messages we hang out with. Instead of holding a grudge, we need to consider forgiveness. You don't have to forget. Just forgive yourself for getting involved in the shenanigans and move on. The forest lovers are placed on the wheel of the year at Beltane, which is May 1st-ish. It's the whole May season. And there's actually a wonderful in-bulk journey that you guys could do this week. I'll tell you more about it. But what I'm hearing is that if we do this more, you know, if we do this deep listening to the last words of the crone, we do the mourning and the letting go that we need to do. We, you know, ask for the confusion to be cleared. We can put our, you know, our fears aside a little bit and really get down to our gifts. And I did this in bulk journey for my Moon Meditation Sacred Circle members. That's my $16 a month Patreon level. And it's a great journey for healing and clarifying your intentions. So this might be a good week for you to join Moon Meditations because we're also on Thursday night for the new moon. We're going to have channeled messages. So you could get in on both of those things. But, you know, the forest lovers, this is about attaching yourself, connecting yourself to that higher love. All right? That is the love that is holy and divine, not as described or proscribed by any religiosity. This is more your heart's contract, your soul's contract saying, yes, this is a generative choice. Hitch your wagon to that, and you're going to really be going places. So that's what I've got for you today. You know, we certainly can take that into card pulls and get more information about your personal journey towards a higher love for sure. But I would highly recommend the In Bulk Journey that's at the Moon Meditations level of Patreon. If anybody's on who did the In Bulk Journey, if you could chime in, that would be great. I'm gonna show you the decks we've got going today while my girls are getting their lists ready. Hi, girls.
Hey.
Good morning.
I feel like we're in stereo now. But you know what? It's been really great having Natalie here because we needed some new energy in our pod, our little pod of two. I think we were getting a little bored, huh? I mean, I love you, but we didn't have very many new topics were getting hard to come by.
Well, and I don't talk as much as Natalie does either.
Yes, so I get to talk to Natalie. Natalie and I like to talk, and it's been really good for me. So thank you. What was the other thing I wanted to remind you of? Oh, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day.
Valentine's, Palentine's, Galentine's, however you want to say it. But for $110, you can get a relationship reading. It doesn't have to be a love relation. Well, it doesn't have to be a romantic love relationship. It could be a friend relationship. You and your sister want to get a reading together. You and your brother want to get a reading together. All those kind of things are going to be happening throughout the month of February. Talk about higher love. Check it out and just ping me if you're interested in a relationship reading. Of course, I'm still doing Celtic cross spreads for $55. If you're interested, ping me. And my tarot therapy sessions are still $110. So any of those choices might be looming for you. Jacob said, is this my sister wife? Kinda. Natalie helps me get a lot of things done. I think she's even going to help me paint trim. So
therapeutic for me, my friend. Therapeutic for me too.
We all need to find a sister. I don't want to say sister wife but a pal. Yeah. That you can sort of connect to. See if you need to vet carefully a new pal for your pod. And if you can do it safely, you might want to think about doing it. So I have for decks today, I have the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann Donnelly. I have the Crow Tarot, and in case you need some salty goodness, this is by MJ Cullinane. And I have the Moonology Oracle cards. Now, I'm kind of still on book with these cards, but because we're headed towards a new moon, I wanted to pull out Amy suggested actually pulling out the Moonology cards. So those are the decks we have. And we're not going to get to everyone, but stick around for the messages because somebody might ask the question that you needed to ask yourself. Ooh, and I see one right here that I want to go for. Starting college again after 15 years this week, and Mercury retrograde is rearing its head and messing things up. Super worried, could use a card for strength and courage. This from Tamara. Well, number one, those fears, face everything and recover fear. Or the other way you could go is Knight of Swords, fuck everything and run. Okay, so we're talking about making better choices this week. So I want to remind you of all those things. Tamara, I am going to pull from the Light Seers deck because it seems like you could use a little light shed upon this endeavor. Now, 15 years, honey, at 58 years old, 15 years is like, poof. That schooling will go by so fast, and you'll find that you know a lot more than you think you do. We're just going to wait for it to pop. There we go. Oh, my goodness. You're going to be so happy you asked for a card, let me tell you. We've got the Empress. Look at that. Look at that new baby you're birthing by going through that process of going back to school after 15 years. You're finally going to get that piece of paper that feels like it's been so elusive to you. The Empress is all about generativity, fecundity, the fertile soil in which you will plant your seeds, your in-bulk seeds perhaps. This also is a time marker for summer solstice. So perhaps by summer solstice, you'll have your first term behind you and you will be feeling great about yourself. But this is what you want. This is the growth, the miracle grow that you wanted to sprinkle on your career. This is what it is. This is what school is for you. So fuck fear and get on with this, girl. And ask us for help. Reach out to us. You have my phone number in your phone. Call me. Call me if you get scared. I'll talk you down off the ledge. And I'm sure that there are many other people in our group who would do exactly the same. So don't let yourself sit out there on the edge of fear by yourself. Phone a friend. Who you got for me, baby cakes?
Well, we had a newbie. Was it Tina at the beginning that said she was new?
No, it wasn't. I'm scrolling back up.
No, who was it that was new at the beginning? In the meantime, let's pull a birthday card for your sister.
Is Dee Dee on?
Yeah, she is. Yep.
Yay.
Happy birthday.
Who I'm looking, I know I saw somebody this morning. Ooh, if you were the person we said we wanted to pull a new person card from, will you please put another comment in the feed so we can just not waste time like this? And I am gonna pull a birthday card for my baby sis. I think I'm gonna stick with the Light Seers Tarot for you, Dee Dee. Although you really should make an appointment with me to get your birthday reading, okay? Yes. Arlene Olson. That's the new person.
Okay.
So,
right.
So did baby Dee Dee have a question, or she just wanted to?
No, she just asked if you could pull a card for her birthday.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. What do I have? I have the Strength card. And this is really kind of a beautiful one from Chris Ann Donnelly's deck. I want you to see the little infinity tattoo on her arm right above the head. You remember how in the traditional deck, it has the little infinity sign? I thought that was extremely clever. But this is really making friends with your own inner strength, your own wildness, combined with your ability to tame anything that's not constructive for you. I'm loving the little heart chakra or the little heart pendant around the neck. What strength do you need right now to bring yourself into that higher love? You know, where can you find that higher love instead of warring within yourself? Okay? You know, the wild one might say, guard up, get ready, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, no, I'm just gonna hang out here with my little lamb. We're just gonna calm down. We're just gonna take a breath and we're gonna locate our inner strength and really see it as those infinite possibilities that are created when you're your own best friend, when you're your own cheerleader, when you're your own guardian, when you proceed from a place of recognizing your strengths and gifts instead of looking at the ways that I need to be strong because this is so daunting. This is more like, what do I have to work with here that's really awesome? So I want you to sink right into that.
Is that a part lion lady and a lamb there? Or?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It's a part lion lady with a lamb, like you have.
Yep.
Happy birthday, my little tiny baby newborn sister. And I will be calling you later, so answer your damn phone.
Okay, let's go to Arlene, our newbie.
Arlene, our new person.
Hey.
What deck do you think I should use, honey?
Lightseers.
Lightseers.
Unless you want to use the traditional one, I'll grab it for you.
No, I'm
No?
good.
Okay.
So Arlene, our newbie
let's
of the
not-
day.
Don't scare her away with the Crow Tarot. For the goddamn truth.
Arlene, I call the Crow Tarot my deck of the goddamn truth.
It's pretty
So-
corrupt.
So sometimes it can be a little salty. So we're going to go with the Lightseers Tarot. And what I have for you is the Page of Swords, which is really wonderful. A beginner's mind, an ability to like see things clearly,
Oh, that's cool.
new ideas just flowing to you from every direction. I like the way Donnelly has her walking the tightrope here, and she's buoyed up by all of these amazing ideas. The balance in this card is just perfect. And I really think that this Page of Swords, for you and anybody else that is hearing it, is kind of the antithesis to the Knight of Arrows reversed, okay? It's sort of saying, what do I need to know more about? What do I need to get more information about? What am I missing? And what do I need to listen for the sound of? I really feel this energy for you as assuming a beginner's mind to address whatever's going on in your life. You know, like just pretend you were just unwrapping the gift of this moment. What do you need to know? Who do you need to communicate with? What kind of clarity messages are coming to you? And who are you sharing those messages with? I think this is a beautiful card for you. And welcome to the show, Arlene.
Arlene, yay, glad you're here.
Natalie, is there somebody else that you saw?
Yes. We see our friendly, my nice smiling lady, Ricky Jean.
Oh, Ricky Jean, yeah. Did she ask a question?
She does. She says Henry starts a new school tomorrow.
Henry starts a new school tomorrow.
A specialty program we've chosen. He and I aren't the best at transitions.
Mm-hmm.
A card for grounding and awareness as we take this step, please.
Absolutely. I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck. Ooh, and it popped right up. Let me tell you. So beautiful, Ricky Jean. You and your loved ones are safe. Newman and Cancer. You're safe. You're good. It's transition. You don't like it. You don't have to like it. It might be a change in a lot of areas for everyone. But here is what we know to be true. You and Henry are safe. You and Henry and Dan are safe. Your family is safe in this moment. So I want to talk a little bit about the new moon in Cancer. You see, I'm just not even going to the book. I'm just riffing on it. What I hear is what I hear sometimes, guys. But the new moon in Cancer, like number one, that's going to be way in the summer. So by the time summer rolls around, everything will be settled. You know that. And the new moon. What intentions do you have for this new school? What are the pieces of glittering stardust and hope and optimism and all those kind of things that you could grab for right now? Because you've handled transitions before with Henry, you and Henry. So you have a toolbox for how to manage transitions optimally. Might not be fun every minute. I'm just saying. But uh, also, new moon in Cancer, like, how can you all be a little more tender with each other right now? How can you all be a little more tender? Just a little more nurturing, a little more caring? How can you ask for and receive what you need? All those kind of things. But bottom line, you and Henry are safe. You made a good choice. All right. I love that for you. Dee Dee, everybody's saying happy birthday to you. I hope you see it. All right. Somebody else said that they were having a biopsy this week, and I want to. Constance. She's having a biopsy this week, and she's scared. Yep. Right there. There's your fear. Right with that guardian card at the end of the path. So let's stick with the Moonology cards and see what we can get for you, Constance. Oh, and it's like flying right out here. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse season. Big changes, so I want to go to the book on this one just to see what they have to say. When I think of full moon eclipses, I think of 6 months chunks of time, usually, like, I don't know, the eclipse seasons, there's usually a winter one and a summer one. So I just kind of think of it in those ways. Now I have to see if I can find the card here.
Hold Vivian in your heart space too with Constance, because she has one this week as well.
Oh, Vivian has a biopsy this week as well. So this is for you too, Vivian. Where do I find the full? Okay, number 1, Virgo crap thing is that I don't like the way this is organized in the index department. So full moon eclipse. I can't find it. Special cards, full moon eclipse. That's why it's a special card. So number 1, you've already got a special card for this. Sorry I'm taking so long. I just haven't used this deck in a long time. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. And just like that, a door slams shut. If you've pulled this card, it suggests that the situation you're asking about is about to reach a peak. So we can see that. Or has just finished. So it seems like you're approaching this turning point. What you're experiencing now is what your soul signed up for. A way for you to learn and for your soul to evolve. So allow events to unfold and be easy on yourself. Everybody gets scared when they have a procedure like that done. Everybody. If you're letting go of someone or something, know it's the right time, as hard as it might be. So as hard as it might be for you to address this situation and face your fear, you're going to do it, and you're going to be on the other side of it. There's some talk about forgiveness in here. So maybe forgiving yourself for being, I don't know, afraid of this or thinking the worst or awfulizing, because oftentimes when we're waiting for something like that or we're waiting for the results, we start awfulizing, like thinking about the worst way it could go. So automatically, I want you to attune to the energy of the highest good. Now, because we can't always say, well, I just don't want to have this, so I won't. Because maybe you will. Maybe you get a diagnosis that is not happy for you. I am not hearing that. I'm just offering you the advice. You know, you have everything you need to deal with what's coming, is what I want to say to you from this card. Conclusions are within reach, so positive outcomes, conclusions, things that end well. You may make a conclusion that you need a second opinion. You may make a conclusion that there's a different kind of medicine that your body needs right now. So I want you to open the door to the optimistic possibilities instead of getting stuck in your fear place this week. And just like I said before, phone a friend, message somebody, message me if you need a pep talk. I'm really good at this. So I volunteer to be your support person if you need somebody to say, not all conclusions are going to be terrible conclusions. What are the most loving, the highest love conclusions that you can reach for right now? I think that'll do you well. And if you message me, if both of you message me with the time and date of your appointments, I put it in my calendar and I hold Reiki space for those times. So please feel free to do so if you are interested.
Let's shoot over to YouTube.
Sure.
Oh, and by the way, Tamara says that she's totally bawling now. So Meryl Reed asks if she could have a card for her relationship since it's Valentine's Day this week. It's a second marriage, which still has a lot of baggage. Old influence is still in play due to children to sort through. So could you pull a card for Meryl?
Yes, and I am going to use the Crow Tarot.
You know Meryl? You know some of her backstory?
I don't know Meryl, but I heard the Crow Tarot, and that's what I'm doing. And I actually am pulling 2 cards. All right. So, Meryl, like, what is going on in your relationship right now? Because what I've got is the 4 of Wands reversed, which is sort of the marriage card under stress. And then I have the 10 of Swords, which is the betrayal card. Okay. Now, this could be you betraying yourself, of course. You're talking about old baggage. So are you still wearing around the old wounds from your last marriage and maybe causing unhappiness in your current marriage? Is there stuff you need to go back and heal? Is there some apologies that you need to make? To yourself, perhaps, to your current partner too, and maybe you want to point the finger out and say, well, he needs to apologize to me for his old baggage from his old relationship. But you know what? He didn't ask me for a card. You did. And you know what's going on in your marriage. You're not going to make anybody change anything about themselves. The only person you're in charge of is you. So what do you need to do to heal those old wounds? What do you need to do to, quit putting more wounds in place? Honestly, I would highly recommend the Imbolc journey for you. I shared it in our Moon Meditation Sacred Circle, but if people are interested in just that piece, just ping me. We'll work out some sort of money around it, and I can send it to you because it addresses the wounds, the gifts, and it gives you an encounter with the book of life, which is your soul's contract, the Akashic records, all that kind of stuff. Because I really think you need to do some deeper work. If not, I want to make some other suggestions. How about couples therapy? Okay. How about therapy for yourself to get rid of your old wounds? How about an astrology reading that takes you deep into your own birth chart so that you can maybe see the patterns? Also, if you were interested in a reading, we could get an answer for this from a Celtic cross spread, I'm sure. Your side of it. I'm not participating in fixing your husband right now. If your husband wants to, get a card pull, he can come next week. If he wants a reading, he can contact me. But this would be a discussion about you and your role in this and how you might be able to heal it. Okay. But really, your assessment is correct. The marriage is in a little bit of trouble right now. So what are you going to do to address it?
Right.
Okay, see, I told you about that Crow Tarot deck, didn't I? Everybody else is going to say, any deck except the Crow.
All right, how about a card for Raquel May?
Raquel.
Yes, she says she has a court. She has a court coming up the end of the month, and she's wondering if it will go in her favor.
Well, that's a yes or no question. And how I do yes or no questions is this. Upright is yes. It'll go well. Reversed, no, it won't go well. And what I do have is the 8 of Cups. Upright. So yes, it will go well, but it's not going to go without you having to give up some things. I call the 8 of Cups the sad goodbye card. So you're going to have to give up some things that you really wanted so that you can walk away cleanly from the situation. But I do see that this is going to go well in your favor.
All right. That was fast. How about a newbie?
Yeah.
Jennifer. Who goes by the name House Pixie.
House Pixie.
She says, can I get a card? I just started a new career and looking for new love, feeling overwhelming, anxiety, and hopelessness, more so than ever before.
Wow.
Career as a House Pixie?
No.
Wow. Okay, Jennifer. Yes, you can get a card. Started a new career and looking for new love, feeling overwhelming anxiety and hopelessness, more so than ever. The first thing that I'm going to say to you, Jen, is this. What is it that you're mourning? You started a new career. Are you still mourning aspects of the old? You're looking for a new love, but you haven't maybe done all the healing you need to do before that new love is ready to come in. Overwhelming anxiety, that is not an attracting vibration. It's actually a repelling vibration. So what are you going to do to calm your anxiety and hopelessness right now? That's what I'm hearing is the question. And I'm going to pull from the Crow deck for you. And there it is right there. Okay, so I'm going to pull another card for you too, but I want to show you this one first thing. The Empress reverse, all that overwhelming anxiety and hopelessness is really draining all of your generative energy. Go back to the fear card. Face everything and recover, or fuck everything and run. Which one will you choose? We're going to make better choices this week. So we have this Empress reversed saying, whatever you're doing right now, you're in a draining energetic state. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is the next 3 days over this balsamic moon right before the new moon. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I want you to slow way down and get a lot of rest, okay, as much as possible. But we're going to pull, a card to go with this one. And it is the Ten of Wands. And this is carrying too heavy a burden. You know, you don't have to do it all at once. I don't think I would start a new career and look for a new love at the same time. I think that's a lot. I think that's too heavy a burden right now. And especially looking for a new love should not create overwhelming anxiety and hopelessness. We look for new loves in our lives to enhance. The new career, that's overwhelming enough. One thing is enough right now. So I'm really hearing, I want you to put the actively looking for new love on the back burner for a while. Get yourself solid in this new career. You know, bring your career into a higher love first. And then, you know, when you have some higher esteem where you're feeling a little more with it and not so overwhelmed, then you can add things in, like looking for the right love partner. In the meantime, though, I always tell people about my ritual before I met Amy. So Amy and I have been together, is that 9 years?
Let's see, it was our first date was the first week of March of 2012, right?
Yeah. So 9 years. And we met online, by the way. And it wasn't gruesome and horrible, obviously. But so I met Amy. Number one, I met her online in like December, but we didn't meet each other face to face for 3 months. We only corresponded. And that was a really good thing. But the prior September, I had done a ritual where I was in my spiritual group and we had little cutout sunshines. And I just wrote all these qualities that I wanted to be more present in my life on this sunshine. And I did a little magic around it. And I wasn't really thinking about a new relationship because by then I was like, you know, this is bullshit. I'm never having a relationship again. You know, I'll just have great sex. I'm not getting married again. But when I met Amy and through those first 3 months of corresponding together, she brought every one of those qualities into a conversation, that all the ones that were on my little sunshine. And her first nickname for me was Sunshine. So why do I tell you this story? Because you've got to do something to quench this overwhelming anxiety and hopelessness. And the best thing to do is to sort of make a list of the positive qualities you want to draw into your life. You know, why are you starting this new career? Why do you want to consider looking for love? You know, start making little notes. Maybe you want to get a little cutout sunshine for yourself. Read it every day. I kept that thing on my altar for months and months and read it every day. So, you know, put in the effort to the other side. You got to face down those fears and say, I deem this good and so it will be. And move in that direction. All right, Jen, I hope that helps.
Okay, time for one more?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Tina Lindley.
Tina Lindley, come on down.
Lovely smile in her photograph. She says she would like a card, please, regarding when to tell someone some important information.
Timing question. I'm going with the Moonology deck for that. All right, hands on heart, hands in prayer. Nothing's popping here. New moon in Pisces. So Pisces is coming up in April. So if you wanted a, a timing marker in that way. But this says meditate and contemplate. I think you're worried about a little too much about when to say something when you should be thinking about how to say something. Like you need to craft your message carefully. Pisces energy is very, very, very sensitive. It's one of the most sensitive. Probably only Cancer is more sensitive than Pisces. And Pisces is also concerned with beauty and all that kind of stuff. So I want you to think about crafting a beautifully heartfelt message rather than when am I supposed to do it. I think once you create a message that addresses the soft underbelly of who you need to deliver the message to, even if it's good news, how you say it is really important. That's what I'm getting for you. How you say it is more important right now than when you say it. All right, my friends, let me put in a few more plugs before we go. Moon Meditation Sacred Circle is my $16 a month Patreon level. This week, we are going to be doing channeled messages on Thursday for the new moon in Aquarius. And there is also that wonderful in bulk ritual journey that is posted in the page that is still very current and appropriate if you're looking to do any kind of journey work right now. Like I said, this is like a in bulk reboot. The journey is all about healing, discovering your gifts, and having a peek into your own Akashic records to see what knowledge you hear. So there is that's $16 a month, but you can support the work at any level. There's a $2 level, a $6 level. You can tip me through Venmo in my tip jar. It's at Valerie Friend, easy peasy. And I will see you here again next Sunday. But tomorrow you might get into Melissa McIntyre Brown's recap of today's reading, and then she pulls some cards for us to start our Monday mornings. So you might want to do that. Also, I want to ask for some Reiki for Melissa's daughter who's dealing with some health issues. So show up tomorrow and show her some love, okay? All right. Mwah. I love you.